Only thing constant in this world is change. Thank goodness for that, because I think most of us would agree that our world could stand some change. And thank you for tuning in. If this is your first visit, my name is Clay, and welcome to our channel. So glad to have you. If you like what you see here today, don't forget to like, share, comment, and/or subscribe. Now, Charles Darwin never said anything about survival of the fittest or survival of the strongest. What he said is survival of the most adaptable to change. Speaking of change, we've made some changes around here. If you've been here before, you'll notice we have a new studio, complete with 3 video screens that we will work to keep filled with good stuff. I think we're moving up. We also have a new co-producer. Her name is Jackie, and she's played a major role in this production. You'll meet Jackie in her Rise Above segment on Becoming Elemental. That should be interesting. And the other change you'll notice is that we've changed our format somewhat. We are living during a time of transformation, technological transformation, and more importantly, transformation of human consciousness. So here at the channel, we've decided to join the chorus of voices across the planet that are dedicated to raising human consciousness by raising awareness of the new revelations from science, archaeology, astrology, and history that are changing the story of us. So we're looking forward to a really exciting series of videos. We hope to inform, entertain, enlighten, empower, and have some fun doing it. As bleak as things in our world can look, nothing changes the fact that we are amazing beings on an amazing planet in an amazing universe. We are the power. So let's get going with a little fly deep fun starring me. The video I call It Ain't Just Me. Let's fly deep. That old star streams strong. The morning rays blaze through the leaves of the steady stanchions we call trees. I squint my eyes and straighten my knees. Hints of dreams hang in my head, and my back wants to scream as I roll out of bed. Where'd I go last night as consciousness slipped into another realm? Damned if I know if I played in a past or future home. The Keurig is cooking, the water is hot. I grab me some coffee and grab me my spot. Blues is the news on the channel I choose. It's screaming and loud, like tyrannical thunder of a calamitous cloud. Fires are raging, the climate is changing, and democracy is suffocating. Russia mugging Ukraine, all this shit's insane. China thugging Taiwan, is it just a matter of time before we ask ourselves, how did we lose our mind? The spirit self in me sees far beyond the hologram. Guess that's wrapped up in knowing who I am. Lift our heads and look around. Start with the sky and end with the ground. Miracles abound, and I am the rainbow inside of the cloud. sovereign being in a universe where all is one. In this space I feel most at home, most at ease, amongst the flowers, the birds, the critters, and the trees. Whenever will we stop to understand we're connected to each other and entangled with the land? It took some time to figure it out, to understand what this life is all about. Lift our heads and look around, start with the sky and end with the ground. Miracles abound, and I am the rainbow inside of the cloud. Look inside and you will see you too are the rainbow. It ain't just me. Time to rise above.
Hey everyone, my name is Jackie. I'm a holistic nutritional health coach, and I use astrology as a guide to get back to health and well-being. I'm really passionate about helping us get back on track to a more peaceful way of life for everyone. We hear all the time how time is running out and that we must change our course for the future generations. And I'm with the many that feel that time is now. So I wanted to come on and share something that has helped me change my life for the better and tap in. So it may give you some guidance too. It's a very natural and basic way to change perception for harvesting and living in a more balanced energy. Each natural element, fire, water, air, and earth, affect us symbolically in our day-to-day living experiences, whether we realize it or not. Fire is our passion, our willpower, that driving force. Water represents our emotional well-being. Air represents our thoughts and how we think, and earth is our foundation, or our physical body itself. So when we know what to look for, that is when we can do some self-analysis to make sure that we're balanced within our personal elements. When we're not imbalanced, we see things such as frustration and angst, low self-esteem, a lack of motivation, toxic relationships, and a breakdown of personal boundaries. There may even be a lack of basic needs not being met, like not having enough food or shelter, or our chronic permanent disease that's taken over life. So this series, Becoming Elemental, is intended to share how each of these elements affect us in 3 areas of our life that we're familiar with: body, mind, and soul, and learn how to go about improving ourselves in each of these areas. So I'm sure you've heard the saying, if you want to change the world, you start with yourself. I wasn't sure when this would actually post, but I thought, how appropriate. There was no better way to kick off this series about change in the platform and for oneself and everyone. So we will begin with love, the element of our emotions, which is represented by water. Although the water element is typically related to the season of autumn, what better time to talk about emotions other than Valentine's weekend? This Valentine's, I was with my honey on a special romantic getaway at Lake Conroe, Texas. Emotions, what are they really anyway? They are defined as feelings that are felt by instinct or intuition about something without putting too much thought or reasoning into a particular circumstance. And we have different emotions: happy, sad, angry, anxious, excited, and so on. But in my humble opinion, the most important emotion is love. But just like emotions, there are different kinds of love. There's parental love, brotherly love, sisterly love, love for a friend, a pet, or a hobby, and of course there's romantic love. But even though we have all these variations of love in the world amongst us as individuals, the kind that we're lacking and need the most in this day and age is love for our fellow man and woman. With that kind, we can focus more on our similarities instead of our differences. So how do we get our water to flow again for humankind and this planet we live on and call home? Spiritually, emotions connect us with how we feel about various life situations, other people, and ourselves. They serve as our inner voice, but many folks, they don't even take the time to listen to what that voice is saying. They're just reacting. Instead, identify that I'm happy about this, or I'm mad about that, or this has me frustrated because, and so on. The emotional energy inside of each of us can create perceptions of something being good or bad. So what's good or bad for you may not be for the next person. That choice is yours. Meditation and journaling are good ways to identify inner feelings. Emotions can overtake someone's entire mindset and have them reacting in a way that may cause regret sometimes. We've all been there. Sometimes something good to explore for those that let emotions get the best of them is called emotional intelligence. This is a concept made popular by psychologist Daniel Goleman. There are 5 parts, which are 1, self-awareness, knowing what you feel and why, knowing your strengths and your weaknesses. 2, self-regulation, keeping your emotions in control. 3, motivation, being inspired to pursue your goals. 4, empathy, the ability to put yourself in another's shoes. And 5, social skills, being aware of others' feelings and avoiding conflicts. So emotional intelligence can help your emotional mindset. Lastly, let's look at how water affects the body. The body is made up of 70% water. Physiologically, water is the main component of the trillions of cells that the body is made of. Wow! So we're mainly just big balls of emotion. Astrologically, the water element is related to our kidneys and lymphatic system, and we'll come back to them. But I think when we think of love, we symbolically think of the heart. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that the heart is the first organ that develops in the womb? It's actually considered the primary brain by many scholars. Actually, the heart is in constant communication with the brain, doing what it can to keep us healthy and balanced physically, emotionally, and mentally. So the heart organ has a lot to do with our perception of the world. Okay, so back to the kidneys and lymphatic system, which are both responsible for moving toxins from the body. just like the rivers, the creeks, and the lakes that flow on the planet. According to the National Kidney Foundation, in order for the kidneys to do their job, removing the waste from the blood, it needs about 70% water. The water helps the blood vessels stay open, so the blood can deliver and travel and get the nutrients throughout the body. But if the body is dehydrated, that's a no-go. You can actually check your urine to know if you're getting enough water. Urine should be a light yellow or colorless. Dark urine is a sign of dehydration. Tired and fatigued. You can have shortness of breath, confusion, nausea, an irregular heartbeat, chest pain. Those are all symptoms, along with dry, itchy skin, blood or foamy urine, and also swelling in the hands and feet. Now, the Cleveland Clinic, they state the lymphatic system is a part of the body's immune defense, and it's also 96% water and has over 600 lymph nodes. The lymph is a liquid that flows throughout the body, collecting waste and from the blood. And the lymph nodes, those 600, they collect bacteria like trash cans. When those swell, there's probably an infection, and that's the time to get checked out by a doctor. But again, this system needs water to do its job, to protect and prevent illness. Otherwise, all that's floating through you is a stagnant sludge full of toxins, which can lead to illness and a state of dis-ease. So how do you help the kidneys and lymphatic system detox the body and start living positively and flowing positively? Well, you can start by drinking half your weight in water.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little thirsty. That was great, Jack. Thank you. And thank you for all the hard work to make this video happen.
You're welcome. And I just happen to have a sparkling glass of water here for you now.
Thank you. So how much is my weight in water? How much water should I drink each day? Let's say I weigh 200 pounds.
You take your weight and divide it in half, and that's how many ounces you should drink. So if you weigh 200 pounds, then you should drink 100 ounces of water each day. That's about 12 cups. Remember, 8 ounces is 1 cup.
Well, let's keep in mind the magnificence of water. We'll do some future segments on water, describing how water stores information and carries information.
That sounds great, but I think it's time to go.
Yes, it is time to go. We want to thank you for watching and look for the next post in or around the June time frame. Jackie, what's coming in the next post?
That's about Gemini season. So we will focus on the air element, which is our thoughts, the mental body.
Okay. And I will begin a series on the holographic universe and how our thoughts and emotions influence our reality. Thanks, everybody. Don't forget to drink your water.
Namaste.
Namaste.
I'm lost in the light. I'm caught in the sound.
some future segments on water, describing water stores and memory and cameras information. I forgot to drink the water. I forgot to drink it.
I'm really passionate about getting taken. So we'll begin with love, the element of our emotions.
I don't know about you, I'm a little thirsty.
I'm lost
We
in
have
the